Well, here in Salamanca, the two new cathedral, the new one is the large one, I assume. They're going to destroy the cathedral after they got building the new one, but they didn't. So there are two cathedrals side by side, or we'll find out in a minute. Well, this is the St. Esteban's Hotel, was monastery. We will have our lunch here at 1:30 Spanish time, which is an hour later than Portuguese time. Oh, and this couple, can you imagine having this chore up these hills with a walker? These two have been all over the boat with difficulty. Lots of steps in the boat. There are storks and stork nests all over the country, all over the town of Salamanca. Salamanca comes from the word salamander. The Romans came here, there were salamanders all over the river. Is that a stork to the left? Well, here's our group. I think we're waiting for our guide. We have to use Spanish guides. Still in bathrooms? No. Folke is going to follow our guide Carmen. We're going into the cathedral that has a lot of Roger Moore sculptures around it. The comments of the three symbols. There's the happy devil. Got his leg sticking out, it looks like. All these, whoops. There's the animal. And I don't know where the third symbol was. And there's the astronaut symbol. So we got astronauts and animals and the happy, whatever he was, happy devil. We are now in the Cathedral of Salamanca. Take a shot of the stained glass window at the very top. They're making the Syria of Romeo and Juliet here in Salamanca because it looks like Verona, the ancient city. Beautifully, this is the new part of the cathedral, a couple 100 years old. It goes all the way up. The cupola is high cupola, 80-meter high cupola. The wing is 10 feet wide of that from tip to tip on the cupola. I'm going to zoom back now. It's showing the cupola 220 feet in the air. And there are two soldiers in this Romeo and Juliet series, she was saying. There never were soldiers in the cathedral, and there never were these kind of soldiers in Salamanca. So that's the armor from the period of Romeo and Juliet, turn of the century. This is the choir. She's taking the group into the choir now. Everyone's following her like sheep. There goes St. Richard. This is the modern part of the church, 18th century. Wood carvings in the choir throughout this whole level here. Beautifully done. Organ on this side, and across the way, the 18th century organ. They're both used during services. There's an interesting bird in the choir here. A little baby on the bottom between his legs. Almost looks like a dragon. There's some more of these guys in costume. Is Romeo here? Romeo and Juliet. Now we're in the old chapel of the old cathedral. I'll take a shot up to the roof in a second. Manuel. The writing in red was done in bull's blood by the successful candidates for their doctorate degree in Salamanca at the Salamanca University. They had 3 days of parties after the ceremony, after the testing where they got their degree. The ones that failed were ridiculed, sometimes thrown in the river, and even killed. So these were the university rooms. This was sort of the student square here. They had 800 students in attendance at some major point, 1,500. Folk is admiring the statue of Father Louis de Lyon from Lyon.
Good luck, and now it's good luck, and everybody comes here and trying to find the frog on the facade. Then we try to find the frog, which is very complicated because it's not green and it's quite small. Then we try to go there, stay closer, because from here will be a mirror.
There is the frog. She's putting her light circle on it.
Everybody could see it?
The frog is the symbol of lust, and the students had to get rid of their lust in order to succeed.
I can show you a postcard.
20 postcard for €5, Salamanca.
16th century good luck symbol. That's when they did that frog. That's the symbol of Salamanca itself, is the frog. This is the shell building. There's shells all over it in the honor of the owner's wife. And it's right across from the student private university, which is next door to the public university of Salamanca. Private is 10,000 euros a year. The public one is 2,000 euros a year. That's where we had lunch in a hotel associated with that church. Is now the St. Esteban's Monastery. And we're leaving on our way back to the boat now. Driving through downtown
and this is outside walls, many buildings with the
all the buildings are sandstone here, beautifully polished, well done.
And we will drive back to a
Here's part of the old Roman walls. Hannibal invaded this town in 3rd century BC and took control, and then the Moors beat him out, so the Moors were here intermittently through the millennium. There's the river Tormes, T-O-R-M-E-S, flows through the town, north and south direction, I think it is. The Waddle River is north of here by about 100 miles.
And the Roman
skyline.
On the right hand side.
Here are the 2 cathedrals out of downtown. We visited them. One of them was where St. Barbara had a memorial. Beautiful town of Salamanca. There's another church and chapel.
We had to go, we saw it from the other side.
People have picnics on the side of the river here, enjoying life. It's a good life here in Spain. One of the PIGS countries. There's a footbridge over the river. This goes back to Roman times as well. This was an entrance to the city. Forced on in those days, but that's a Roman bridge. Might have been part of the aqueduct system, who knows. bus to get into downtown Salamanca. Beautiful city. Interesting house in here. Could be German. Red tile roofs, balconies, garages. We are going through the Valeria locks, which were closed until today. This was a major impediment to going down, going towards Porto and right to the